One of the many perks of growing up in and around Toronto is the availability of fresh-baked Montreal-style bagels. They're delicious, sweet, slightly chewy, and if you've never had one fresh from the oven, oh baby, you are missing out. Don't worry though, because today I'm going to show you how to make some. I'll start with a quick pre-ferment. In a large bowl, or the bowl of your stand mixer, combine 435 grams of room temperature water, half a teaspoon of instant yeast, and 435 grams of unbleached bread flour. When the flour is fully incorporated, it should be pretty sticky and gloopy, like super thick pancake batter. Cover that up and set it aside somewhere warm for about 2 hours. When that time is up, it should be big and bubbly and active. So add it into the stand mixer along with 2 large room temperature eggs, another half teaspoon of instant yeast, 15 grams of demerara sugar, 15 grams of kosher salt, and another 365 grams of bread flour. Knead that on medium-low for 8 to 10 minutes, then add in the remaining 100 grams of flour and keep kneading just until incorporated. You may need to do this part with your hands, but it shouldn't take very long. When it's done, I'll take it over to my counter and cut it into 12 4-ounce pieces, ball them up, cover them with a towel, and let them rest for 10 to 15 minutes. When my dough balls are done resting, I'll flatten each one of them out, roll them up into a cigar shape, and cover them back up and let them rest for another 10 to 15 minutes. Letting the dough rest between these shapings gives the gluten in the dough a chance to relax, so we can continue stretching it out. Otherwise, when we go to roll these out, they're just going to spring back instead. Spray a couple baking trays with some pan spray. Then I'm going to take my rested dough logs, and starting from the middle, roll them out as evenly as possible to about 9 to 10 inches in length. I'll wrap that dough around the back of my hand, with the 2 ends overlapping in my palm, and then using the palm of my hand, I'm just going to roll that back and forth, and just kind of mash the 2 ends into each other, and throw it on the tray. Then I'll spray them with some pan spray, cover them with some plastic wrap, and toss them in the fridge to proof for 3 to 4 hours, or overnight if you prefer. When it's time to bake, make sure the dough is proofed enough by placing 1 bagel into a bowl of cool water. If it doesn't float, dry it off, let it sit out at room temperature for 10 minutes or so, and try again. When the bagels float, it's time to boil them. So, to a pot, I'll add 1.5 liters of water, 2 tablespoons of honey, and 1 tablespoon of molasses. When it comes to a rolling boil, boil the bagels in batches of 2 or 3 for 30 seconds to a minute per side. More time boiling equals more of a chewy outer crust, and when they're done, drain them well, and bake at 450 degrees for 6 minutes per side. Unless if, like me, you're a bagels with seeds kind of kid. At which point, immediately after they come out of the water, while they're still wet, you can either sprinkle them with seeds or do what I did and dunk them right in. I made my everything bagel seasoning by mixing together 2 tablespoons of sesame seeds, 1 tablespoon of poppy seeds, 1 tablespoon of dried garlic, and 1 tablespoon of dried minced onion. To keep the seeds from burning, I'll wet a J-cloth and place it underneath the bagels. I'll bake them with seed side down first, and then I'll remove the cloth and bake them directly on the sheet on the other side the rest of the way. Kind of similar to if I had used a bagel board, but, you know, cheaper and handier. That's it for this one though. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you next time.